Well, today we're going to be talking about picking, specifically picking while playing acoustic guitar on a worship team. Now, you've most likely been playing your acoustic guitar with a pick and predominantly strumming, but I'm sure you know strumming is not the only way that you can play your acoustic. A very popular style of playing the acoustic guitar is to pick out individual notes within the chords you're playing. So here's an example of that. I'm playing a G, and I'm just going to pick out those individual notes. I'm going to refer to this technique as picking, and you'll most likely be inclined to pick out the notes in the quieter part of the songs, such as a verse or a soft intro. And a good example of where you maybe wouldn't want to pick this is when the song is loud, like in the chorus when you want to be driving and strumming really hard. So picking works best when the dynamics are low. You can either pick the notes out with your pick, like I just showed you, or you can use your fingers, which is called finger picking. In this video, though, we're just going to focus on picking with your pick. We have other videos in our acoustic guitar basics playlist that you can go and watch that'll help you with finger picking. Now, with a pick, the notes will be very prominent, as I just showed you, whereas with your fingers, they are still picked, but they're not as loud. They don't have as much bite unless you have really long fingernails, which act like picks. And when I'm leading worship, I prefer to use a pick instead of my fingers because I go back and forth between strumming and picking all the time, and I don't want to have to be worrying about putting my pick in my hand or setting it on the stand and then picking it back up. It's just easier for me to not keep switching back and forth. And I also like picking because it will help me be more accurate in hitting individual strings, which in the future will help me with playing electric guitar. Now, just like strumming is a pattern, picking is also a pattern. Make sure when you are picking that you have a set pattern in your head. If you don't have an idea of how you want to pick before you play something, it may be out of rhythm and not as consistent. Now, here are a few exercises that you can practice that will help you with picking with a pick. And practice these slow the first time and progressively speed them up. So here's one. I'm going to play a G. I'm not even going to worry about my left hand. Just focus on my right hand. And I'm going to go down and hit each string, and then go up and hit each string. Another thing I can do, still playing a G, is I can skip every other string, which goes like this. Now those were in straight eighth note beats, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we can do some different rhythms. We can do short, short, long. So short, short, long. We can do long, short, short. We can do short, long, short. And so on. Here are a couple songs where I would pick instead of strum. A good example for us at our church, we play 10,000 Reasons by Matt Redman, and sometimes we don't have a piano player. So I have to play the piano part on my acoustic guitar, and even when the piano player is there, this part is still really good to play at the beginning of the song. Here's how it goes. that was just straight eighth note beats. I can also switch it up and do some long and shorts, and here's how it'll go. So the possibilities are endless with the rhythms that you can do with picking. Like I said, just practice slowly first and progressively speed it up as you go. So I hope this gave you an idea of how you can further your acoustic guitar playing. Now be sure to check out our other worship tutorial videos in our acoustic guitar playlist, including a great video by worshiptutorials.com on finger picking. We'll see you next time.